shut it off.
Turn your mic on.
I went the wrong way with the button again.
Guy LaDouche.
I did it great in rehearsals. All I have to do is push a button backwards or forwards.
All right, for everybody that's watching, all you 2 people out there,
Woo!
our audio is garbage today.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not very good. So it's the laptop we're streaming out of. There's some kind of like built-in compressor that's just turd barring this whole thing.
It's just turd barring.
And dude, I'm telling you right now, I was on the verge of just saying, cancel this show immediately. I need to figure this out. Pronto.
Well,
Angry Crow says, sounds good on stream. Just roll with it. Dude, you don't know what you're talking about, bruh. Bruh. You know what you're talking about, bruh. I just listened to it. It doesn't sound as close to as good as what's coming in here right now.
Yeah, it sounds amazing in here.
Yeah, it sounds really good, but on the stream, it's like muffled a little bit. It sounds like it sounds muffled with like barely any mid-range at all, so it sounds kind of hollow at the same time.
Sounds muffled.
I'm very upset right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm just very upset with what this stream sounds like. I can't even listen to it anymore. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to shut down. All right. No! Teach us something.
All right.
God. So tired of this crap.
Got lots of stories. No, maybe.
I don't have any art or graphics. So
no graphics.
Well, today. Here, ready?
Compelling stories.
Well, nothing real compelling yet. Well, I'm going to talk about 6-stroke roll today and paradiddle diddles.
How many strokes?
How many? 6.
6. Okay.
6 strokes and you're done. That's
Damn,
all
you
it
said
takes.
paradiddle. I
said paradiddle diddle.
Yeah. Okay. I got it now. I'm gonna put the graphics on. Go for it.
Cat in the Fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. So a drum lick or pattern, or if you want to call it a rudiment drum exercise that I just have played to death in everything since I learned it. It's the paradiddle diddle, right?
It's the paradiddle locks. Paradox.
No, it's not a paradiddle. It's just paradiddle diddle. Cat in the Fiddle, cow jumped over the moon. It's exactly this is what it is. Right, left, left. The trick is to get a flow to it. And I gravitate towards the downbeat or the 1.
Ooh.
So it's 6 hits long. It's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Paradiddle diddle. You'll notice all my other strokes are very soft. They're very soft. They're very light. And you need to get this flow so you can get it fast. And the trick here is an upbeat or on the up stroke getting a double. On that last hit of the double, I'm on my way up. That is a motion you want to get. And I see this with students all the time. They want the left hand to hit harder than it needs to. They're trying to do too much. I'm thinking of, well, this is what you can do. You can think of the ride cymbal pattern in swing. That pattern works great with the paradiddle diddle because you go da 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 da. See that? Ooh, nice. And you see my flow. I'm falling into that. Left hand's doing nothing. It's just catching those extra notes in between, and you can move that around here. And there you hear the swing pattern more. Da-da-da-doo. You see the right hand, I'm doing, well, and this is how you're going to develop your swing pattern too, this kind of push-pull. I hit very relaxed, let the hand open. I get my second hit, and then I'm up. Really, the doubles are on the way up. That helps me get it fast, and I'm using the back fingers to control everything. Doing the same pattern, ba da da, 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 ba da do 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 ba da do. Yeah. Do it on the snare drum. Same pattern everywhere. Look at that left hand. Look at the right hand. Look at all the hands. You can move it around now. Now you take this and you start getting inventive. Ba da da, ba da da. I'm not playing it super great today, but that's the lick. It usually takes me about a half an hour to get those hands really warmed up. At least in the days of today where I'm 200 years old, it just takes me a little longer to get going on. Yeah, I'm much bigger. Let's take that pattern. Also, you want to work on it left-handed. Same thing. I'm using the exact same motion. For some reason, and it's just because of practice, when I play it right-handed, it tends to really feel to me like the swing pattern. When I play it left-handed, what does that say? There's the hotel in Sweden built entirely out of ice. Ooh, I've seen that.
It is rebuilt every year.
They had a
You know what that is?
frozen drum set in
That's
that
a
place.
drop. That's a knowledge drop.
That's a knowledge.
Boom.
I like that. You get knowledge and random knowledge. I have to say that I'm very sorry that Stephen Hawking has passed away.
Yeah. Now we have now there's few people in the world to make us feel less significant.
That's true. I'm smarter than he is because he's dead. I'm probably going to get in
that's
trouble.
just
That's
messed up. That's messed
horrible.
up. Hey,
I'm better than John Holmes, too. Hello!
Jeez. Hey, what's going on? Is your wife coming here to bake cakes?
Yeah, I almost had her come down today, but she hasn't been feeling well.
Oh, jeez.
We might have a
goes.
mold problem in the house, and that's actually not good.
No.
So we're trying to
Mold
figure
is
that
not
out.
good.
I'm getting tests done, and she went to the doctor today. I love you, honey. Sorry you're not feeling good, but yes, depending on what's open this weekend, what's going on Friday, maybe she can come down. We can come down Friday. Are you guys doing anything cooking in there? 'Cause we can do a cake for you. Test one.
Chest cakes. I don't know.
I don't know.
I was looking at my calendar. I'm a busy guy.
All right,
I got
let's-
stuff to do.
Let me get back to this lick.
Yeah, what
So when I
about-
do it left-handed, for some reason I don't feel it the same way I do right-handed, although I practice this stuff all the time. So
Are
here
these
is left.
paradiddles?
Huh?
Are these paradiddles?
This is paradiddle diddle. Paradiddle diddle. Paradiddle diddle. I'm going to do it. And I could usually do it for some reason, because I practiced it more left-handed because of a certain lick. I would do this. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle. That was a go-to lick. So when you're working on stuff like this, I find it's paramount to really, you're trying to get the flow of the whole thing. I think of the whole thing as one thing, not a bunch of individual hits. And the flow to me is this, it's in 6. Da, da, da. You can see it. I'm being very kung fu. A lot of this stuff I get from karate.
Karate.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's also, really, it can be a 6-stroke roll also, which is pretty much the same thing, but I'll start it right-handed. This is the 6-stroke roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really, it's the same thing. That's how I got good at it. I go. Then I start mixing other things in immediately. Once I get a pattern, I start trying to do other stuff with it, make it more interesting, make it more me. Also, trying to get it so ingrained in my head that I just hear that pattern in my head. My body will automatically do it, but while it's doing it, I'll start thinking about something else to put in with it or where I want it to go. And what I was doing there was 6-stroke roll, 6-stroke roll, 6-stroke roll, and then I just added right, left, left triplet. Da-da, 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 da-da. that felt pretty good. All right, loving it. That's the 6-stroke roll. You can start adding feet in there. This is it.
douche.
Yes. Scaramucci. Making up words here, ladies and gentlemen, on attention deficit drumming. All right, so let me think of what else to do with this. Okay, we can get crazy with it. This is the way my mind starts to go. I'm like, well, I don't want to get too far ahead. We're going to add feet in a second. But here is a go-to pattern for practicing. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle. So you do 2 paradiddle diddles, and then you do a single paradiddle, and then the lick will flop to the other hand, to the left-hand lead. So I'm going paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle. That's really how I'm thinking about the lick. This is how it goes to me. So if I hear that in music, I immediately know I can play that pattern. That's just doing it there. And you want to get those diddles or the doubles on the snare drum as quiet as you can do them, in control to where they don't sound mushed unless you're purposely trying to do that. The goal, or my goal always was to, it's still to this day, is to have clean doubles where I could play them quiet. Many different techniques you can use to get doubles. I do probably 3 or 4 different ones depending on the volume I'm playing and the type of music that I'm playing. If you have a drum instructor that ever says, this is the only way you can do it, then
shove those sticks
find a different...
right up. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
You want to know an interesting fact?
Yes.
Okay, ready? This is my new segment. Interesting facts about drums and drumming.
Let's hear one.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Drumming burns more calories in half-hour session than cycling, weightlifting, and hiking.
Dude, I'm going to use that a lot. I know that that's true. I've read something.
Internet doesn't lie.
I know. Well, gee whiz, when I'm... See, it depends. If I'm playing like this...
If you're in a jazz band...
Which, by the way, I practice that way a lot, or really mellow, because, again, I'm trying to get the right form.
Sure.
And here's a piece of advice.
Give it to me.
Try to practice with proper technique, proper form, and then when you go play a show, let it all go out the door. Mm-hmm. That's when you should be yourself. Mm-hmm. Another piece of advice is, and I don't follow this one, is... really, I tell people you should probably play in a live situation. Make sure you play what you know. Don't try to go too far outside your bounds, because you might lose the gig, because you might suck at something, or it doesn't come out, or you get lost. Now, I have never followed that at all. I try to play the right stuff. I'm better at it now than I was when I was younger, but when I was younger, I was always pushing the envelope, and I got in trouble a lot for that, because I wasn't being tasty, but it was helping me really get to know the drums, get comfortable, and to get out the ideas that were in my head. Even if they were bad ideas, the goal was to get them, to be able to play them. That's why there's times when I'm playing, I used to piss off the bass player a lot in my first real band, because I would we'd be playing Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap in a cover bands.
Oh, jeez.
Right. And I was exercising my double bass. The song is like this, you know. And I'm doing these like changing times and seeing what I could squeeze in, and the bass player just... He wasn't the greatest bass player, and my goal was to see if I could just get him completely lost. And we were playing little bars, and I didn't... shoot, I didn't care. I was exercising. And at that time, at age 16, 17, I was just excited to be in a bar playing with people that were older than me, going like, I'm not even supposed to be in here. And also a lot of people are coming to see the 16-year-old drummer that was showing off all the time. Woo! But it's good to get that stuff out while you're young, and that's the best time to do it because you've got the energy. You're a sponge. You can learn a bunch of things. You might not be playing the best, but it's a good time to cram that knowledge in your head. All right. Okay, so back to our paradiddle diddles.
Oh, what?
Paradiddle diddles. Paradiddle diddles. I wonder how many. Let's see. So I'm doing 2 of those, which is 12, and then a group of 4. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it works. That works in a normal feel. Paradiddle. Ooh, yeah, I love you. I love me too. All right. Now we get into a quick thing before we go into another song. Paradiddle diddles between the right hand and the right foot. So it's paradiddle diddle. Paradiddle diddle. Da 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 da. And then I'm moving to the snare drum for a backbeat. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, like that. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, da 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 da. When I start going fast, I just hear what that pattern sounds like. Da 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 ba da 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 da. Foot ends up being on autopilot. It's just following behind. I think of the foot the way I do when I'm doing the diddles with the snare drum, except I'm hitting them hard, but I'll practice a lot of patterns where I'm thinking right hand lead, and then I think of what they call back when we were doing like marching band camp and stuff like that, fill-in exercises, where I'll forget about the left hand or even the foot, and I'm learning the pattern on what the pattern sounds like with the right hand, and then everything else I'm making fit in with it. And if you really want to get crazy, add in left hand hi-hat. By the way, that lick sounds awesome. If you have one more tom, you can get a really neat sounding pattern out of it, which I can't do for you right now because I don't have the other tom. We're gonna do something like that in the future because I've been practicing with a bigger kit lately and some crazy double bass stuff that I want to show the world. And I've spent the last year working on it. All right, that was the paradiddle diddle. Different ways you can do it left-handed too. Nice. Everywhere. Great lick, great lick, great lick. Another one. We'll throw it in here real quick. Let me see. No, that's a different one. That's a different one. Yeah, you could do that. You could do paradiddle, diddle, and then a double on the right, which would create a lick that's 8 beats long. I don't use that one as much, but that's kind of nice. Another thing you can do with the paradiddle. No, that's not a paradiddle. It's a double paradiddle. My brain, attention deficit drumming. I get going and everything starts firing off in my.
All volume.
The picture froze.
All the volume.
The picture froze. Picture's frozen. Picture pages. Are we there? Anything? Frozen. I don't know if you
Oh,
can...
the picture froze.
Yeah, the picture froze. Or am I just standing there like... Anything?
Volume
Bueller?
sounds a lot better now.
Everything sounds better now? You just can't see me. I'm so fast you can't even see me move. Get down! Get to the chopper! Can you hear me? My name is not Quaid.
Huh? All right, just stop. Hold on here. We're having some technical difficulties. Just turn off Wirecast, turn back on the stream. Still gonna keep going.
Yeah, buddy.
We can still talk the entire time and watch this whole thing just take a shit brick.
All right, let's talk like this.
How many people are actually watching this? Let's check it out.
Yes.
You four dumb souls. All right, so hey, if you guys got any friends, you got some drums, or not drums, you guys got any music you want to send us, play down some professional drum tracks. After the show's normally dog tracks. We do not have a song tonight. We will not be doing it, but we'd like a song for next week.
Yes.
So, yeah, help us build this catastrophe that we're doing right now. The catastrophe.
And that's a great shot of me frozen in time.
You shut down Wirecast yet there, bud? Still looking at it. What? Computer's broken now.
What?
Force quit.
Do it. Do it now.
Do the force quit.
Fast.
Hurry up. Hurry.
I'm ready to play
The
music.
chopper's gonna see you.
I love myself. Hey, the symbols do A, B, C.
We might just, you know what? I think we're gonna call this show. We're gonna pick up where we left off next week. Maybe we'll do one on Thursday. Who knows? What do you think, Brian?
Yeah,
I think we're gonna call it. We're having the audio hasn't been sounding good. We're having technical difficulties with the computer. We're back to square one. No. But thank you four poor souls, for watching this show. Tune in next week. Tomorrow we'll have some more Power Blocks starting at 3 o'clock with some new Ren development. My name's Robert. That's Brian, the dog boy Burwell.
That's
you
right,
take
baby.
You have yourselves a lovely night. Sign us off now. Ben, turn us off.